Hello, I am Daniel Muñoz Raya, a student at Continental Florida University. This is the assignment one, the oral component for a course called English 102, Communication Skills 2, English Competition 2 at the Continental Florida University, of course. Well, uh, this is a summary that is based on three peer-reviewed articles. These, these are the articles uh, that follow the requirements by the assignments. For the presentation, I'm using brief notes to help me to not forget important things, but I'm not reading it, okay? They are just notes. Well, let's talk about advantages of the use of generative AI in higher education. Well, one big advantage or benefit that was stated by Francis et al. 2025 and Casnesi et al. 2023 is personalized learning support. That means that generative AI can tailor its outputs specifically to one individual student. For example, generative AI can create explanations, practice activities, and feedback that is suited to one student needs due to the how well the student is learning, the doubts the student has, the part of the course, the available time, etc. So these tailored materials can improve student learning, helping to advance at their own pace. Um, Another an advantage of using generative AI is study planning support, both for the teacher and or the educator and the student, in a way that uh, these tools can assist educators with lesson planning, feedback workflows, or even resource generation. We need to help, to assist, not to replace the teacher, of course. Also, it can help students study planning so they can focus on what to learn next, the correct order, etc. This is most beneficial when access and guidance are set in place, meaning that when the university or the educators give the students ethical guidance, clear guidance, in a way making students EA or literate, so they do proper use. It is stated in these papers, especially in Hughes et al. And Casnesi et al., that guidance is needed or welcomed. Well, let's talk about some disadvantages of use of generative AI. Uh, One a pretty big one is the very real risk of cognitive offloading and reduced skill development. When a student over rely on AI, uh, it can replace the work that the student should have been doing. So, if the student does not engage properly with the materials, if the student dot, does not use the critical thinking skills, this can lead to reduced understanding and poor learning. The student may not develop their skills because they are not doing the work hard enough, in a involvingly enough way. A second, this is supported by the three articles. A second disadvantage is that generative AI, as we know now, I think properly, most we public, most of the public knows today that generative AI can be unreliable, so they have a certain tendency to give incorrect or fabricated responses. What AI scientists often call hallucinations. So, if AI outputs are uh, incorrect, there is a clear risk of spreading disinformation and hence damaging academic rigor. And this this can have consequences in both students' learnings and also in the academy itself. So, to in order to get finishing quickly, let's go to the conclusions. The, the these these three articles together suggest that generative AI may be beneficial when its use is guided by clear institutional guidance. Generative AI may be beneficial when its use is guided clearly by educators and institutions, with requiring that the students use their critical skills and they do an ethical use of AI. This way, we may help eliminate or reduce misuse. This way, we can help students to learn even when they use AI. One of the articles Francis et al. 2025 proposes one framework called the ethical framework that is designed to ensure that AI supports learning and skills development by the students. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.